All right, so doing some price analysis today. Markets close tomorrow, but Bitcoin is moving and probably not in the direction that everyone likes. We're still higher than what we were a couple days ago on the 11th, whenever we had that big sell-off. But yeah, so we had a bounce from there, kind of like a lower high. And then a lot of people were posting, I had seen a head and shoulders pattern, but I did a video before that talked about it. And once we broke this, that invalidated that pattern. But a pattern that everyone probably should have been paying attention to. Get this out of the way. Why is this up here? Oh, I know why. Let's move that to the bottom. Okay, so a pattern that everyone should have been paying attention to was on the hourly. And it actually was a head and shoulders. And I drew it up earlier and posted it on Twitter. Maybe I'll just bring it up there instead of redrawing it. Right here. Okay. So you have the left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder. The price target of that was the height of this, and that's what that's here. Back on the chart, that is right here. So you have, I draw it. Yeah, you have left shoulder, the top of the head and shoulders pattern, which here, and then the right shoulder. And then you have what they call the neckline. So once it breaks below that, that's where it goes lower. So that happened. It reached the target for that hourly. That's the head and shoulders that everyone should have been paying attention to. Was the one on the hourly. So what else? Let's see. Let me close that out. There are multiple bands. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Yeah, there's really nothing else here. I am a little bearish on price action. What I think could happen is I think we can get into a trading channel kind of set up by this 9 here at say 29, 30,000 and then 40,000. It's a big swing, right? $10,000 swing. So let's draw that in. There we go. Here. From here, I'll draw this out all the way to the top. That's what I think we could see in this next couple of days. But I mean, this is Bitcoin. So we get times where we're running up, we consolidate in a price range, and then, we go higher. This still doesn't invalidate what I'm thinking is going to happen. It's been a little bit delayed. It's not exactly like 2013 here, where I talked about those double peaks in the bull market. By this historical price action, we should have already been a little bit higher. But this is a new market, so we tried to compare historical price action to what's happening now. The field is, the landscape has changed a little bit, but we are having this lower bottom bullish Mayer multiple band come up. That's currently at right around 26, 27,000, right? We could return to that area. That would be lower than this channel. So what I think we do, we do have these areas that never got retested back down here. But what I think we're going to do is we're going to, trade in this channel for the next, say, 2 weeks, and then we'll go higher. We'll break out higher. I don't see us going lower. It's possible, but just with all the momentum, I don't see us going lower. I see us getting a little bit of resets on the indicators that we have, because we did have the RSIs were high. So we were way up here when on this run up. We came down a couple times, went negative, which is good. Some people are taking profits. There's some sell-off, weak hands getting out. I mean, this could be right here, this channel, right? So we could be seeing a cup and handle, which is what I like much better than a head and shoulders. Where's my... I always forget where this is. There we go. Right here. One. And then here you go. Cup and handle. Right. So first target would be the height of this, which would get us to pretty much the bottom of the channel. Second one which would get us right below the channel, right at 27.28. I don't think we get that. You know, we'll see. This pattern isn't confirmed until it breaks, so we would need an hour close below it. Maybe, is it kind of on the 4 hour too? Yeah, it is on the 4 hour as well. So I would say a 4 hour close below it. So we can keep an eye on that. Anything lower than 33,850. You know, what I really wanted to see is I wanted to see Bitcoin hold above this right here, 36.6, so say 37. I wanted to see it hold above 37,000 for a couple of days, even if we kind of if we were up here, or, you know, towards this upper price area, I mean, consolidating, then we would go higher. But we're in the middle. We're right in the middle of this channel. I said a couple of days ago, I wish it would have. Let me get rid of this for a second. I wish we really would have gotten to this 29.6 area, which was all the way. This is the 9 back here. We almost got there. We could revisit that. There's a lot of support there at 30,000. You can see our RSIs came down, which is good. Usually on a sell-off we find support, what I say, 50, between 50 and 40 once it's that extreme. So we could go a little bit lower. I'm not extremely worried about price taking an enormous dive back to these mid-20s until we break this area, at least on a daily time frame. That would bring our weekly RSI way down. But that would be, I mean, that'd be better long term. It still doesn't, you know, change any target up to 100,000 for the year. Let's look at the BLX index, because I want to see what happened in 2013 whenever we had these double peaks. I go over these charts a lot, and I have a decent memory of what they're doing. Let's see, that we were 200s. Where is that at? What is this? So April. Oh, it's December. Way too far. And I accidentally took my RSI off. Oh no, I didn't. It just hit itself. So we were way at 99 on that first run up. We did come down, but that was the double peak. We're not even close to that yet. So, I mean, this doesn't look similar either, because we're starting to trend down more, right? You would really need a bounce for it to probably resemble the 2013 price action. And we're not really getting that. It's different. It's definitely different. But we could get a big bounce soon. Let's look at some other stuff. Let's see if we are, right? Instead of saying we could get a big bounce soon, let's actually try to see. I mean, I drew my bearish scenario once we break 33,850. So once we close below, you know, on a 4 hour, right? Yeah, 33,850 on a 4 hour. I would say we're going lower. So that's the bearish case. Let's hide these. any sort of bullish case. I mean, I am leading a little bearish, but let's see. I don't want to, you know, try to pull, try to make it look bullish. But okay, so our funding rate is high. I mean, it's still positive. We could get some sell-off to make that negative. It's always better whenever it's negative. This is, you counter trade this. So whenever the market's more short, that's a good indication we're going higher. Whenever it's more long, we could get some sell-off. And we did. What's the weekly look like? Well, I mean, the weekly's still not that extreme, right, compared to past cycles. I mean, let's look at early. So if we still consider ourselves early in the bull market, we're not even, I mean, this is 0.35. This is early February. This one was 0.5. We're not even a tenth yet. So this could go higher. On the TD sequential, we're on a 7. We could get an 8 and then the 9, right? So the last week of January, we can get another price rally up, and then maybe 1 to 4 candles, and then back up. We would have to see where that 9 would carry us. Would it carry us above 38 and 40? Probably so. It would probably carry us above that. Let's look at the funding rate on the 4-hour. That's gone negative, so that's good. There's more people are shorting the market. See how it went short here, and then when we had price run up that pushed those shorts out. Market went long. Market was long. Dump. Now market's going short. So that's actually good on the small time frames. But then again, I'm going to say I don't put that much weight on the small time frames. I rather see these dailies go negative, much better. Look, price consolidation here, negative, and then we went higher. That's what I would really like to see. Price consolidation, negative funding rate, and then we get a rally. What else? CMF staying flat, nothing crazy there, nothing signaling. I mean, it's moving with price. We're not getting any sort of divergence or convergence or hidden divergence or anything like that. We can look at it on the 1-hour. Yeah, we're getting some price went high. That's bearish divergence. I don't see anything else. I can show you the RSI here. Well, we looked at it, but I didn't really talk about it. So we went oversold, and then price rallied. We were oversold here. Here too, price rallied. So maybe we get a little short-term rally for half the day. The 4-hour could still go lower. We'll see. Like I said, if we break 33,850, we're probably going to go here to the bottom of this channel, retest these areas. Only concerned that we're going to break down more if we have probably a daily close. I would say 2 daily closes below 29,688, and then we'd probably hit these other mid-range areas. And that's, you can see big price movement, support area. Anything else? I'm going to make this as quick as possible. Hash ribbons, that still says a buy. I gave you a buy all the way back here at basically 20,000. Let's look at our 1-hour strategy. I mean, I had looked at it. I know it told us to sell. Let me make these all 30. That's cleaner to look at. There we go. So entry, exit, resistance. I mean, that would have told you to enter. That would have been a losing trade. Resistance. So we really need to get back above this, right? So 36,000 for a couple hours. That would be bullish. Here, the 4-hour on the 30. Sometimes it's support, especially in this rally. I had said that, and we broke below it. So that, I mean, if you're looking at it, the 30 on the 4-hour, I mean, that would tell you to sell. I really don't enter in on it, but I do use it as support, kind of a support area. But it's starting to flatten out, so maybe we just get some consolidation. This, we'd have to drop another 1,000, right, to be at 33,850. Any concern that we would break down? Let's look at the Ichimoku Cloud, because it's actually good whenever we're going down in price to find support and resistance areas, or support areas. So kind of broke down here on the 4-hour daily. It's finding support right here on this conversion line. You know, that could hold us up. Where's that at? 33,910. So yeah. So like I said, if we close below 33,850, this is saying probably 33,910 on a daily. We're probably going to go lower. And this was at 29, which is exactly kind of where the area of support is. Let's see what it looks like on the weekly. Yeah, we're still, it's because price ran up so much. Here we're, like I said, sometimes there's a tendency for these to go into the crosses. This one kind of did. This one definitely did. Found some support, traded in the cloud. If that would have broke out above the cloud on an hourly, that probably would have been an indication that we're going higher. Let's see what it looks like with the 30 MA, if it lined up at all. 330. I mean, it kind of did. Resistance broke down, but yeah. So maybe we can go into this cross, right? There's a cross right here, but that's signaling bearish price action. We would go to 36. Where's our? This would be trending down much lower. So maybe we'd really need a move in the next couple of hours by 10 o'clock tomorrow. That's Central Time. So how many hours? Let's just do how many hours from now we would have to see this move within the next 24 hours. So within the next day, we need to be within this cross. Maybe we can break through it. We need to be back to 26,000 within the next 24 hours. All right. Anything else? Yeah, Bollinger Bands. On the lower band, I did want to show this because I noticed it. All right. Oh, nope. No, I wasn't on this asset. Something else. I'm getting my assets confused. We're on the lower price band. I'll go over that. It was TLRY, where I saw some kind of price action pattern with the Bollinger Band. So we're at the 20 MA, the middle of the Bollinger Band. People who trade the Bollinger Band would say we need to find some support here and then go higher, which would be true. We're kind of on the upper cusp of this upper band. Maybe we come down next week. I mean, the Bollinger Band's going to divert. I mean, it's going to widen next week. Let's see what the average width is of the Bollinger Band. There we go, Bollinger Band. Oh, I had it already. So let's see. Width is 1.86. Yeah, I mean, we were only higher in 2017. 155. What about all these rallies? Yeah, so this rally was, like I said, it was exceptional. I mean, it's been so much more volatile than even in 2017, the little rallies we had in 2017. Let's see how it compares to 2013. Yeah, it's tiny. Look at that. 1.86. This is here. It's, 4. It even makes 2017 look small, which kind of shows maybe there's over time. I mean, you can see it's kind of going down. It's not as volatile. I mean, this rally was more volatile or more aggressive than the one in 2019, which was still a big move. We could go higher. I just wanted to look at it and see what it looked like. This is lower. This was a sell-off, though. This was COVID. That probably stood out, right? Nope. Even the move for COVID, the sell-off, wasn't as aggressive as the run-up in 2017. On a weekly time frame, that was just within the consolidation range. That wasn't even nothing spectacular, but I mean, price did move. But on a long-term aspect, it was nothing. According to the Bollinger Band, it was nothing. Just within a consolidation range. All right, so yeah, I think that's about it on Bitcoin. 6, I mean, TD sequential. Oh, I need to add this here. That's what I was doing initially. Here, put my magnet on, right there. So that's at basically 40,000. I mean, that would be nice to go up there. We'd be in the upper part of the channel. I'd rather stay there than on the lower part of the middle. We would be above 37, like I said before. I really wanted to see above 37 for a couple of days for us to break out higher. But right now, let's say I'm a little bit more bearish, like 60% bearish, 40% bullish. And that's because I think we could be consolidating in this channel. Yeah, we could get another price drop down. People would get extremely nervous. That'd be 14%. That's not a small move, but in Bitcoin, that's just another day sometimes, especially whenever we're rallying. We're not really concerned whenever we're rallying, 10, 20% in a day. It's whenever we start to go down that people start to worry, but just to keep everything in perspective, So, but let's go over our weed stock trade, a TLRY, which was moving nice. I mean, it hit all of our targets. The 9s here, once it went through 13, it went to 15 extremely quickly, like I thought it would. There was nothing there as far as resistance goes. It was just wide open. We can look here from here, which was 12. It got to 13, which was support and resistance levels all the way back from March 2020, the sell-off. But all this was emotional, right? People sold this emotionally. So once we got back to these levels, for it to go back to pre-COVID levels it wasn't going to take a lot of time. It basically did it in a day because that was all emotional selling. So there's no really support. There's really no resistance areas in that price range, and we ran up fast. So what do I think we do in the next couple of days? So I think we're going to take a little bit of a break. I think we're going to see some consolidation potentially. If we break through these 19 areas, is there anything? Yeah, I mean, so I'm switching between these TD sequentials because one has a continuation, one doesn't, but the other one's more, it's just more cluttered. I like the smooth 9s. 9s are kind of rare, so I don't need the full count usually to continue. But so yeah, if we break this 19, a lot of this from 13 to 19, I thought it was going to stay at 15 for a little while, consolidate and go higher. But since it didn't, technically we could get a sell-off from 19 all the way down to 13. That drop would be, 30%. That's aggressive, but it's possible because we shot up so quickly. Let's see. But I'm going to leave that on my chart so we can know if it starts to drop down there, where our support areas are. On the daily, we hit a 9. Probably going to get back to that, so that's at 1941. But I wanted to show, I said on the Bollinger Bands, there was a pattern that I was showing. So I want to, and you have to be aware on what you're trading, because a lot of this price run-up happened post-market for TLRY, right? All the way back. Let's just start on the 12th, right? That's 8:30. That's right when the market opened. Price jumped, what, 6%? That was the majority of the run. We went up a little bit higher, but it kind of stayed flat for the day. And then look at this. So we closed, next day, 8% run. We did go a little bit higher here, but kind of flat. Okay, market closed, next day, 18% jump. So TLRY was making the majority of its gains right when it opened the market. So if you bought right when the market opened, you probably ended up losing. This day you would have went higher, right? So it went 20% higher. But we had an initial price jump of 8%. Oh yeah, so this one, during the day, it went much. I mean, if you would have bought on the open, that was good. But that's why we look at price. So whenever I initially looked at this, I was like, hey, look at that. This one ran up 13. So we opened up 6. So that could have given maybe a signal of bullish price. I mean, if you would have done it 1-2 days in a row, you would have made a substantial amount of money, except for this last day. But we were so overbought. But yeah, so see here, even here, price jump right in the morning. So and then you can also see here. So like the Bollinger Band, we would get a price jump. The Bollinger Band would widen, and then it would kind of compress or converge throughout the day, and then we would be at the upper top, and then we would bounce out. This one, we were at the lower bottom, but then we out. But then it converged, and then we went out. So this one, again, it jumped, it squeezes. So what do I think it's gonna happen on Tuesday whenever the market reopens? I think we're actually gonna go down. And that'll be the first time in the last couple of days that we have gone down rather than up on the market open. And this is the reason why I think so. So, and I might have to turn around this other one. So we hit a 9 here. I drew that. We're on a 6. I think we're going to get, like I said, the consolidation here. Price holds some support areas. I don't really see any patterns. I mean, right here, right? So like 18 area, we hold maybe. 9. I think we're going to hold this area because this was all emotional buyers on a sell-off. Now, this could have been emotional. I think these were not emotional buyers. I think these were people that were getting in lower, saw the breakout, loaded up, and they're in it for a little bit longer term. Considering that the market's still going up, the S&P, everyone's so bullish on the markets. I would have to see a kind of a bigger breakdown there to think TLRY is going to break down. Has it been moving with the markets? We can look at that. So let's look at the correlation coefficient to see if that statement's even valid. And I mean, it was moving up. Now it's going. Correlation's not there as much, probably because TLRY's outperforming the market. It's so we can compare assets to each other in TradingView. So I'm going to compare TLRY's price to the S&P. Nope, that's not what I wanted. This should work. Let's see. Ha, and it does. So this is awesome. This is extremely powerful. So I can compare an asset with another asset to see if that asset will outperform or is outperforming that asset. And it is, right? So here it shows that compared to the S&P, TLRY went up, but then it sold off. It didn't perform as well. And then the TD sequential actually still works with this. So we had a 9 consolidation. Let's look at our long-term moving averages. So if I want to say, do I want to stay in the S&P or do I want to go move my S&P money or my S&P index investment to TLRY? This is telling me, yeah, you should. We broke out. Look at this 9. We retested it on the weekly. The next one's no. So is TLRY set up to still outperform the S&P? We're on a 9. Oh, it'll only go down an hour. So let's look at the RSI. Oh, too many indicators. Is that what it was? Oh no, it's not doing it. Let's see. Yeah, so it's overbought compared to the RSI, compared to the S&P. But yeah, I want to show that real quick. I don't want to keep on TLRY with respect to the S&P, but you can do that. So if you're trying to make a determination on if I want to go from one asset to the other, is one asset outperforming the other asset, you can use TD sequential to compare them. We can even do it intra-market or inter-sector. So TLRY versus Aurora Cannabis, right? Not Aurora Cannabis, Aurora Cannabis. That should work. There we go. So TLRY has been outperforming Aurora Cannabis as well. right? So you compare assets to other assets to see if one is better than the other. And it's about to break, it's at a resistance area with respect to Aurora Cannabis, that if it breaks above this, it's going to substantially outperform Aurora Cannabis. So yeah, let's go back to the regular two-way chart. But that's nice to show. It's also a cool feature in TradingView. It allows you to do that. So yeah, I think we're going to open down. I think we consolidate. We can look at the RSI was high. It's trending down. Now, if it breaks this 70, we're most likely going to go lower. I did take some profit here because we were just so overbought. This is at 88 on the RSI. When were we higher? In that big rally of 2018. I think, and it stayed from August to September. I mean, that was a month. I thought it did it longer, but it stayed overbought. But we could see that, right? So we could see this run up. We could see a drop down. Maybe back to this 19 area. Where did we close? We closed at 1970. So we're there, right? Maybe we get a little bit more sell-off in this 18, 17s. And then you could reload on that to go longer. Yeah, so the 1 hour. So if we break here, we could find some areas of support here. Let's look. There, 1850, 4 hour. Yeah, we just ran up so much. It's not going to be helpful. Oh, I did. Okay, so I don't usually trade these smaller time frames, but we have a 9 here. We're basically finding some support on the 15-minute where the last 9 was, which is coincidentally lines up with the daily 9. So sometimes these intraday candles on these smaller time frames will line up with the longer term, and when they do, I mean, that was a big sell signal here, but we went higher the next day. But we're finding support here. So I think if we break down below this 1940, we're probably going to go to this lower one, which is at 1850. We could hit this cloud, which would line up with this conversion line right here. So we could see RSI was overbought. CMF, is there anyone coming in buying? Nope, that's going down. It's trending down. So we're probably going to open down on Tuesday. And it's just because we had such a big run up. I mean, you can't expect them. I mean, this thing went on more than 100%. What is it? More than 100% in 2 weeks. If I would have got in on the open, right, 130% in 2 weeks. You can't expect 130% run up without some pullback. I mean, here we did. This was exceptional. Maybe we see it, but I think we're going to pull back. Yeah, there's nothing else to cover. We were outside these Bollinger Bands. I know we were. Yep, severely. So we can come back down. This is saying, this is going to widen, but 17 area. I think we'll find some buyers there. There was no support whenever we broke down in February, so there really isn't any support and resistance levels in that area because we sold off so much. So this is actually, you're going to see price discovery in real time if we get back to these areas. So keep that in mind. Can I do anything with retracements? I mean, I could, but I don't want to go on such a small time frame. Yeah, I really don't. I really don't want to, because it's just going to be trying to look for something. It's going to try to force something on the chart. It's really not there. We could do one. Let's see. To see if there's going to be some support areas on a drop, if we get a drop. So we would say this is the high. So yeah, 17. 17 would be the area of, we ran up from a low, we hit a high, and then we would come back down to this 23% area, which is around $17. See if there's some support there, and then we would rally back higher. So yeah, maybe there. Maybe that's kind of like our area of price discovery between $21.50 and $17. So we'll see in the next couple of days, next week of trading where this goes. Something to watch. So thanks for watching.